Thank you, thank you, Tesla. When they asked me to find somebody to speak, on my behalf, I was like, do I go with family? Do I go with a former player? And just so happened Tesla's the basketball coach here, and I know you're not supposed to have favorites as a coach, but she ranked very high on my list. And basketball was always her passion, but she was a phenomenal athlete. She excelled in soccer and could have easily excelled in soccer at the collegiate level just as easy as she did basketball. So proud of you and proud to see where you are today. I'd like to start off by thanking my parents, and I said I wasn't going to do this. My grandparents and my sister, they supported me from the time I was 6 years old all the way up through my collegiate years of soccer. They didn't miss a game. They were there for everything, travel soccer, high school, and as much as they could as far as the collegiate soccer went. As she mentioned, girls soccer wasn't a thing when I was growing up. I had to play on the boys team. I didn't know any different. And to be honest, when I did get old enough in high school, I was on the boys team then, but, I played travel soccer on a state select team with girls, and I found it to be boring. The boys' game was so much more aggressive and fast-paced, and I was used to that style of play. After high school, my dream was to go on and play collegiately, and luckily, things worked out here. They started a program. So, like Steve had mentioned, what he had to work with, Mass and Leslie recruiting players as they signed up that day. That's what we did for the 3 years I was here. I remember going to the dorms, knocking on the doors, begging girls to play soccer. And I had called several of the girls that graduated from Princeton that were basketball players. We recruited them. They were athletes. Some were not athletes. Some were basically just, warm bodies on that field. But we were determined to make it happen. The first coach I had was Peter McCrae. Him and Kevin O'Sullivan was here as well. They were strong soccer advocates. They really wanted to see soccer take off here at Concord. We dealt with a lot of different things. Soccer wasn't the sport in this area. We didn't have the support from a lot of people at first, to get the program going, but we were willing to make it work. I remember one night, Peter McCrae called, and it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and said, "Hey, Michelle, I've got some guys and girls coming in. They're flying into an airport in Roanoke. Is there any way you can go get them?" And I'm like, well, I guess so. I talked to my dad. We jumped in the car. We went and picked them up. Little did I know, one of them was Leslie. She's a Hall of Fame member as well. We didn't have social media or cell phones or anything like this, so we're strangers going and picking up some college-age kids that just got off of an airplane at a bus station. They didn't know where they were going, so we went and picked them up, brought them home. They stayed with us that night. Little did I know these people would turn out to be, some of my best friends. Great experiences. Couldn't have asked for a better group of people. I think you were one of those. We knocked on doors, like I said, and I'm sure this will be a huge NCAA violation now. The coach was like, tell them, we'll give them $100, $200, $300, if they're willing to come and play on your all's team. We did. We were fortunate. We had 2 girls from Norway, 2 girls from England, and myself. So we really had 5 girls that knew about soccer and knew how to play. The coach sat us down, and he said, I'm going to be honest. He said, we have 5 soccer players on this team. He said, everybody else, they're warm bodies. This is harsh, but he referred to them as cones. And and he said, you all have got to do it all. And to us, we didn't care. We were just so happy to be able to play soccer. That's all we wanted to do. That's all our mindset was. It didn't matter really if we won or lost. Of course, we wanted to walk out and win every game. And in our heads, we were going to win every game. That didn't happen. I remember showing up to a game with 7 girls. I think it was against King's College, maybe, in Tennessee. And 7 girls. Leslie was a phenomenal player. She was a great striker, great scorer. But this game, she was given the title of sweeper keeper. She played goalie and keeper that game with 7 girls. And I don't remember. I think we actually won that game. If not, it was very, very close with our 7 girls on the field. So, we started from the ground up. We worked hard to really build this program, and it was a struggle the entire 3 years I was here finding players to play. So, I'm very humbled, thankful for this, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I can't thank Concord University and the Hall of Fame committee enough for this opportunity, but I also like to thank Steve Barrett and Luke Duffy for what you guys have done. Is huge, and I appreciate that. Thank you all.